Hey Dan.
Just in terms of though the results, there obviously is still some concern
Yeah.
among people with the running results. What can you say to people who are genuinely concerned that it's just not working? You know, you're behind the scenes, you're in the training sessions, you can see the work that's going on. What sort of message can you give to those people to almost reassure them that better times are ahead?
Well, I think apart from the Azerbaijan, like I don't think the performance was bad against Azerbaijan. I think for that 15-45 in the first half, it was unacceptable. But I don't think the performance itself was bad. Like, we've created enough chances and not putting the ball in the net. Like, obviously that's worrying because, but the last 5 games I think we're only beaten once, and it was later on against Portugal. And you know, for 90 minutes against Portugal, the team were fantastic. You know, we went away to Hungary in the summer. They had a full house, and Hungary went on done well in the group they had in the Euros, which, you know, we had a lot of players missing as well in the summer playing Hungary. So, and that was a good performance. So I think you can see the signs are getting better. Like, performances are getting better, but we need to start scoring goals. We need to start putting the ball in the net. We need to start winning games, and we need to do that soon. But I think the performances show recently that, you know, we are making progress. And I know it's difficult to say, you know, stick with when we have months and, you know, so long. But I think it's easy to say, oh, we're not getting the rub of the green, but we have to make that look ourselves. And I think we're so close to getting that one, and hopefully then, you know, that'll kickstart a few more.
And like, what is the mood like amongst the players? I mean, you know, after the game on Saturday, I mean, are you sort of distraught in the dressing room? What is the actual mood amongst the group in terms of, as you mentioned, maybe some of the players haven't been through this before, so what actually is the atmosphere around the camp like?
Directly after the Portugal game, you know, that was probably the lowest I've been. Look, I wasn't very proud of my role, especially in the first goal. You know, I could have done better, and you know, the mood after that game, everyone was just deflated. And that's been probably the lowest I've been in an Ireland shirt, to be honest, even worse than the Denmark one. And I think a few of the other lads were as well, because they put so much in, and then they come away with nothing in that manner as well. And then they draw it the other day as well, when we had enough chances to win 2 games. So it's directly after the game, it's been tough, but you know, it's a good squad here. I think we just got to keep plugging away, rallying together. And I think we know ourselves, we're so close. Like, come Tuesday, I really, really do hope that changes, and I hope, you know, there's a different feeling in the dressing room afterwards, because, like I said, I think we're so close.
Thanks, James.
Ed Leahy, please.
James, how are you doing? James, I suppose I just want to go back to and sort of follow up on that, your comments there about criticism of the current regime in the media. Yes, there has been a lot of criticism recently, but from where I'm standing, it seems to be mostly from former players, former international players, who are the ones really sticking the knife in, and not from the home-based journalists who are working and see exactly what's going on. So would you agree with that, and would you have a message for former players as to... Can you name
which players?
Well, Richard Dunn, Paul McGrath, Stephen Elliott, even yesterday on our own podcast.
Richard Dunn and Paul McGrath, like unbelievable in the Irish shirt. So of course I respect their opinions. I don't remember Stephen Elliott pulling up too many trees in an Ireland shirt, so I wouldn't pay too much heed to what Stephen says, to be honest. But Richard Dunn and Paul McGrath, massive respect for their opinion. You know what I mean? They've been there, they've done it. So, look, obviously it's disappointing to hear, because, you know, like I said, you have a new manager here. It's first time at international level, and a lot of young players experience it for the first time. So, like I said, like we hopefully start winning games again, and then that doesn't be the case. Do you know what I mean? The more support, the better. And like obviously, like I said, how much I respect Richard and Paul, but I'm just hoping the younger players aren't seeing that criticism, because it's not going to do any good for their confidence, especially at this moment in time.
And just the last question would be that there was another article today about a former FAI employee asking about sort of giving an insight into what camp was like after a disappointing result. He sort of referenced that players just want to get back to their clubs after a result like that. So I'm just sort of wondering, from your point of view, is it actually beneficial to have another game to I suppose get over it a different way and get back on the pitch as soon as possible to maybe right some wrongs? Or is there a sense around the camp where people would like to go back to their clubs? And just
no, well that's new to me. Can you name that former FA employee?
Yeah, Ian Mallon would have been in communications.
That's probably why Ian's an ex-employee rather than a current one. So, I wouldn't pay too much attention to Ian, to be honest.
Okay, just wanted to.
Dylan, please.
In the current mood, is the mood?
Yeah.
Mood
The mood's fantastic. The mood around the place is great. Obviously, it's not great after games because I don't know, maybe they're feeling sorry themselves a bit, or a bit of injustice, because, like I said, we're creating enough chances. They won a couple of games, and then the way the Portugal game ended as well. It's easy to kind of feel sorry on yourself, but feeling sorry on yourself in this game get you nowhere, and we need to just start winning games. And like I said, I'll say that so many times. We need to start winning games and start winning games soon. Thanks, Ed.
Dylan, please.
Hi James, just a quick one for myself. This is quite a young Irish team with James McClean, Adamida, Troy Parrott.
Yeah.
And I suppose going back to your own time at the Irish City, are there much similarities between how Stephen Kenny dealt with you and dealing with James Malumbi, Troy Parrott, Adamida?
Yeah, very, very much so. Stephen's kind of looks. He's such a nice man, first and foremost. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not a ranting and raver. He's not someone to put players down. He tries to build them up as much as possible. As a young player, that's obviously that's brilliant. That's what you want to hear. But you know, in the same sense, you can be fall on the young thing as much as you want. But you know, like I said, us senior players need to kind of tell them as well when things aren't going well in terms of like around the place, if they step out of line or whatnot. Like they need the kind of harsh realities as well. Do you know what I mean? It's all nice being told, giving a lot of compliments, and Stephen's very good at that. And you know, in the same sense, he'll tell you when you're out of line. Do you know what I mean? I've experienced that a few times. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't let you. So he's quite good at getting that balance between, you know, building your confidence up, but making sure that you don't kind of, you know, take it for granted as well. So, yeah.
And final question from Philip Quinn, please.
Hi James.
Hi, Phil.
I'm looking at any one of those journalists who have been critical the way things have gone. And I'll just very quickly, if you were there in the Irish team that got to the Euro finals in 12 and 16, got to the playoffs in 18 and 20, if we don't get a result tomorrow night, it's all over with 3 games to go. Is that not an indication that things haven't been working as well as you'd have liked? And what response can we expect from the players?
Yeah, of course not, Phil. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was lucky enough to go to two tournaments, and like I said in the past, you know, as a young player coming through, you know, that was a squad of men. Like that was 2 great squads that I was involved in, and you know, maybe us as senior players now we failed. We haven't done a good job as what those senior players done for us. Look, if we don't win Tuesday night and then look, we don't qualify, and that's of course that's disappointing. Do you know what I mean? Because like I want these young players, and I even still now myself want to experience, you know, those major tournaments, because there's nothing better. So I can understand the criticism. Like I'm not deluded. Philip, to be honest. I can understand, because you're not winning games, and when you're not winning games, you get criticised. But, you know, I'm just asking the, like, taking all the factors, you know, what we've had, not just in football, in the world in the last kind of 18 months or so. Like, these are young players. Like, hammering these young players aren't going to do them, you know, they're not going to do their confidence the world of good, especially now in such a PC world, do you know what I mean, where everyone's kind of, you can't say nothing nowadays, do you know what I mean, and everyone gets offended by everything. But so it's more difficult now coming through as being a young person in this world, never mind football, because football itself, as you know and as I know, as everybody else knows who's involved, it's cutthroat. So these young players, they don't need put down them on it. They need the complete opposite. They need more support than ever. And that's what I'm asking for.
Okay.